So the Vikings had an incredible regular season in 2025 with Sam Darnold, but the playoffs was a different story. And quickly, the Vikings changed everything, moving on from Darnold and committing to JJ McCarthy. I really do think the Vikings are doing everything right, and the narrative about this team that I've seen over the past few weeks is wrong. In this video, I want to talk about some of the changes the Vikings have made and what I would like to see happen in the draft, and so much more. But before I begin, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 50,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe that we can get there super fast. So, this offseason is kind of similar in a way to last offseason. The Vikings had low expectations. I'm not saying the expectations are low anymore, but it's not like they are sky high. And the interior offensive line was the Vikings' primary area for improvement entering free agency and the draft. Even with the massive successes and crazy wins, the line faltered against elite competition. The 58-18 combined deficit to the Lions and Rams underscored this weakness. Center Garrett Bradbury, a 2019 first-round pick at number 18 overall, was just not good. He was consistently average at best. It was hidden against weaker defensive fronts, but against top interior defenders like Philadelphia's Jalen Carter or New York's Dexter Lawrence, whom Bradbury struggled with in the season opener, he was exposed. Right guard Ed Ingram, a 2022 second-round pick at number 59 overall, was one of the most frustrating players to watch for sure. His rookie year saw him allow 11 sacks per Pro Football Focus, and he infamously stepped on Kirk Cousins' foot multiple times in 2022 and 2023, disrupting a lot of plays. So with rookie QB JJ McCarthy set to take over, that interior pressure is the worst thing for a young signal caller yet to play a regular season snap, making Bradbury and Ingram's departure very critical. To address this, the Vikings signed 2 interior linemen from the Indianapolis Colts, center Ryan Kelly and right guard Will Fries. Kelly, who was a 2016 first-round pick at number 18 overall and 3-time All-Pro from 2019 to 2021, does have some durability concerns, playing only 24 of 34 possible games over 2023 and 24 due to injuries, like the knee issue he had over the 2023 season. Some Colts fans speculated he might retire post-2024, but at age 31, he of course did sign with Minnesota, and I think he's got a little bit of juice left in the tank, so it'll be interesting to see. Kelly is so solid when he's healthy. Over 2023 and 24, he had 858 pass blocking snaps and allowed only 18 pressures, while Bradbury in 2024 alone had 730 pass blocking snaps and allowed 38 pressures, over twice as many despite playing 128 fewer snaps. And Fries, who was an undrafted 2021 signee who became a starter, is also an upgrade with stats to back it up. So these moves by the front office really aim to protect McCarthy and signal a shift from mediocrity to competence up front. Inspired by league-wide lessons from the Super Bowl, where the Philadelphia Eagles' line dominance over the Kansas City Chiefs helped them win it all and dominate in the biggest game of the year with everything on the line and everyone watching. Beyond just the pass protection, Kelly and Fries are expected to boost the run game, a thing that was a weakness in 2024 despite Aaron Jones' stellar year. Jones amassed over 1,500 scrimmage yards, yet the Vikings ranked only 26th in yards per carry at around 4. This of course was mainly due to the inefficiency of the line. It wasn't all Jones' fault, and to deepen the backfield, the Vikings re-signed Jones and traded for San Francisco 49ers running back Jordan Mason, which was huge. Mason, who was an undrafted 2022 signee, boasts a lifetime 5+ yards per carry average with around 1,200 yards on 240 carries, and he thrived in Kyle Shanahan's system. The trade saw Minnesota send a 2026 6th-round pick and slide back 27 spots in the 2025 draft, and personally, like I said, I love this move. I think it's safe to choose Mason's proven production over draft uncertainty, especially with Ashton Jeanty likely going to the Raiders at 6 or the Bears at 10. And others like Omarion Hampton out of UNC or Quinshon Judkins out of Ohio State are not guaranteed to match Mason's 2025 output. It may take them some time to get a feel for how things roll at the NFL level. And the Vikings didn't stop at offense. They signed defensive tackles Jonathan Allen from Washington and Javon Hargrave from Philly in free agency. They both most definitely are not at their peak. Allen had 5.5 sacks in 2024 and Hargrave had 6, but they're fit with edge rushers Jonathan Grenard, who had 15 sacks in 2024, which was top 5 league-wide, and Adrian Ginkle, who had 8 sacks, and also rising star Dallas Turner, who had 4 sacks as a rookie, is definitely ideal. In 3rd and long, all 5 can threaten QBs, which is a stark upgrade from 2024's 41 sacks, which was middle of the pack, ranked 13th in the NFL. These moves were definitely urgent, given the strength and talent in the NFC North, which is potentially the best division in football. Featuring 3 11+ win teams from 2024, the Lions were 15-2, the Vikings were 14-3, and then the Packers were 11-6. And the Packers, despite a wildcard loss to the Eagles, remained formidable, with Josh Jacobs, who had 1,600+ yards and 16 touchdowns, and they ranked 8th in points at 27.1 per game. And the Lions are definitely not going anywhere, even with the loss of coordinators Ben Johnson to Chicago and Aaron Glenn. They are still stacked with talent like Jared Goff, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Aiden Hutchinson, who hopefully will get healthy, and their 4-0 record versus Minnesota since 2023 looms large. The Bears were 5-12 and they struggled a lot, and they had some crazy moments, including that infamous Hail Mary loss to Washington and a 3-point loss versus New England. But with Caleb Williams under center, a new head coach in Ben Johnson, and line upgrades like Jonah Jackson, Drew Dahlman, and Joe Tooney, they're rising. So the Vikings had to be aggressive in free agency, they have to hit in the draft, and they have to give JJ McCarthy the assets and the confidence he needs to be successful on top of what they already have, because we all know he has weapons. Really, this whole video has been about the interior and the protection. So with few real glaring roster holes right now, JJ McCarthy will be playing with an elite supporting cast, featuring Justin Jefferson, who had over 1,400 yards in 2024, Jones, Mason, TJ Hockenson, who had over 700 yards, Darrisaw O'Neal, and O'Connell's play calling. Some people are actually calling this the best supporting cast a quarterback has ever had. And with only 4 picks, starting off with number 24 and 73, I predict the Vikings will trade back from 24 to the 31 to 40 range to target a corner like Michigan's Will Johnson, or a versatile O-lineman in Grace Jackson from North Dakota State for left guard, replacing Dalton Risner. This would complete a line of Darrisaw, Jackson, Kelly Fries, and O'Neal, setting up 2025 and beyond. Backup quarterback does remain a gap, and I don't know about you, but I think Joe Flacco would be a great guy to get, but there's been a lot floating around with Ryan Tannehill and if he would be a good fit or not. But hopefully the Vikes would not even have to use either of those two at any point in 2025. And moving on, let's look at the Vikings schedule to see what they got going for them. They will of course play the Bears, Lions, and Packers to account for 6 of their games, but outside of that they will play against Atlanta, Carolina, they will face the Bills, the Dolphins, they will play New England, the Saints, the Jets, and Tampa Bay. So overall, I actually don't think the schedule is too hard this year. Obviously, all those divisional games, those are going to be important. Those are going to be dogfights. But outside of that, I really like what I see. But obviously, it's the NFL. It can be unpredictable. You never know what teams that weren't good last year are going to be good this year. I mean, who would have thought that Washington would be a Super Bowl contender before the beginning of last season? That's really all I have to say for this video. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point. And if you enjoyed and haven't yet, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe, because your support truly does mean the world. And also, let me know what you'd like to see next. And until then, I will see you all later.